I think Druid got some of the worst and some of the least interesting class cards in this expansion. So I've been struggling to find a deck for Druid, but I think I have finally found it. And basically it revolves around playing Charged Devilsaur, and then playing Witching Hour so you can hit people in the face with Charged Devilsaur. One of the problems with that strategy is you don't always draw a Charged Devilsaur, and then your Witching Hour doesn't do anything. So we're playing 2 copies of Silver Vanguard to find the Devilsaurs. But I didn't like the ratio of 2 Vanguards to 2 8-drops, so I also threw in a Splitting Fester Root. It's a card from the newest expansion, and in building decks I've found that it's actually kind of hard to find the room for Witchwood cards, since in general they seem to be weaker. So when I saw the opportunity to include the Fester Root, I thought I would take it. And I think the Fester Root might actually be reasonably good in this deck. So because of the whole Charged Devilsaur hitting the opponent in the face thing, I figured I probably wanted to be applying pressure throughout the game, just like playing minions and hitting the opponent. Because at best you play double Witching Hour, you get double Devilsaur, hit him for 14, but it turns out they still have 16 other health that you need to get through. And a lot of classes have healing and armor gain, so I wanted some other ways to pressure. And this guy is really sticky, really hard to get off the board, so he's very often pressuring the opponent for 4 in whichever form he takes. And to stick with that pressure idea, we've got some solid early game minions. I think the Chill Wind Yeti is actually pretty sick in this deck. I wanted to play Oaken Summons just because it's such a good card, but the typical Oaken Summons targets like Tar Creeper and Ironwood Golem, they're just not very good at pressure. So let's go for Chill Wind Yeti. He's got more attack, he doesn't have an armor requirement, he hits people in the face. For further support of the Oaken Summons, I'm also playing 2 Injured Blade Masters. You pull it off the Oaken Summons, it's a 4/7, which is pretty damn good for your 4-drop, not even counting the 6 armor you're getting out of that. Plus the Blade Master is a playable 3-drop in the games where you don't draw Wild Growth. My final Oaken Summons target is something that we're often not hoping to hit off Oaken Summons on turn 4, but if we do, it's not a disaster. The Spirit Singer Umbra has synergy with the Silver Vanguards. There's even a 1-of Innervate in the deck, so we can go turn 10 Umbra Innervate Vanguard. But it also has synergy with the Splitting Fester Root, pretty good synergy even. And it's also got synergy with our 1-of Carnivorous Cube. I've played a lot of Quest Druid with cubes and Devilsaurs, so I figured I'd splash a little bit of that in here. And in a similar vein, we've got a Faceless Manipulator to copy a Charged Devilsaur or a cube, or just whatever really. Things can get really dangerous if the opponent leaves something scary on the board. We've got the Umbra Cube combo, but instead of Doomguard we've got Charged Devilsaur, so the opponent needs to watch out for that. And then I've also got a couple Muck Hunters. It's another new card, so I thought I would try it out. It's a 5-drop that I can just play to follow up my strong Chill Wind Yeti turn. Got a lot of health, so it tends to stick around. Got a little bit of Faceless and Cube synergy. It's got Swipe synergy, so I felt like the Muck Hunter made a lot of sense. We've also got Nourish and Ultimate Infestation. Try to draw into those Witching Hours, or we can just Ultimate Infestation the face. Plus they enable Arcane Tyrant, which is another pretty good tempo play that beats the opponent up. And that's pretty much the goal of the deck. We're trying to beat the opponent up, and then hit them in the face with Devilsaurs if it comes down to it.
Lunara versus Gul'dan. Your souls shall be mine.
The forest fights back.
Alright, I've been playing against some whack stuff, so Control Warlock or Cube Block or whatever should be the real test. Lost my first Yeti, but the second one came back to me. I guess I'm not upset by that. I was just hoping to find a growth or a summons. But you know, Blade Master into Yeti into Muck Hunter, maybe that's a curve. Alright, no growth. Feels bad, man. But maybe we can work it out. Alright, Blade Master lines up nicely into that guy. He can like coin a Spellstone here or something. Or I guess just like bump Mortal Coil makes a lot more sense. But then he won't have an answer to the Chill Wind Yeti coming down next turn. This guy dodges Hellfire. Sounds OP to me. Okay, well, he's coining out another beetle. I guess my guy doesn't dodge Hellfire. Unlucky. But I'll play him. Like, I could trade here, but then he just still does this, and Hellfire's fine. and neither play plays into Defile as far as I can tell. An interesting hit. Does he have a coil? Or maybe he just thinks this is a good enough Defile? No? Okay, well, I don't know what that means then. I think I'm going to play a Muck Hunter here. So obviously I make that trade, and I'm going to trade with this other Muckling, I think. Could trade off the Yeti to play around Defile. Defile would kill both of my 4 power guys, which would be kind of a bummer. Trading with the Blade Master is better if he has nothing, but if he has nothing, I think I'm fine. It is kind of nice to just push 8 damage here when I have double swipe in hand. If I leave the 2-1 up, it can't, like, they can't go into the Muck Hunter and kill my whole board, even with the Hellfire. Maybe I just like the 8 damage here. Maybe it's kind of, I don't know about greedy, but I don't know, maybe it's silly. But I've got a big board. He didn't kill it last turn. I have 2 swipes in hand. Okay. Kind of interesting. But I still think I'm okay with this. I'm just gonna play another Muck Hunter and get him for 5. I could have tried to play Wild Growth this turn, so I would have double swipe mana next turn. But obviously that doesn't kill him unless he taps. And with 10 cards in hand, I'm not expecting him to tap. Spellstone. Alright. Probably faceless this Muck Hunter to kill his Doomsayer. Or I could just play a Silver Vanguard into that. It's 2-1 to pull a Charged Devilsaur. I have a Witching Hour in my hand. Get the 5 face damage. Faceless can be really good against like Voidlord, or on the Charged Devilsaur, which is pretty likely to survive next turn.
No walls can hold me.
I think I like trying to beat him up. That's kind of a bummer. But this guy is a pain in the ass to deal with. As long as he doesn't have Lackey Pact, this guy should get his damage in, and then I have double swipe. He silenced it. Damn, Silent Spellstone was strong there. And now I'm in kind of a bad position, because I just don't have much to do. At this point, probably want to draw a card with the Wild Growth. I guess I'm just going to play this and kill the Owl. I don't get too much payoff out of this guy, but it is a threat if I top deck a Silver Vanguard. And just because I don't actually have a use for it doesn't mean he can just leave it up. Probably faceless that guy. It does kind of mess up my Witching Hour though, if I want to Devilsaur him, which I probably do want to Devilsaur him. But it protects my Umbra, and then I can like cube the Grizzly next turn, get 2 3/12 taunts. But I'm not sure if that's the route that actually wins me the game. I mean, I do have 2 Charged Devilsaurs in my deck. If worse comes to worse, I can just roll and try to hit Devilsaur instead of this guy. I think I'll copy it. Protecting the Umbra is really scary, and if I can make a cube play next turn, that might be good enough. Alright, so I have a lot of options here. Okay, maybe I don't have a lot. Maybe it's Cube or Ultimate Infestation. By Ultimate Infestation is Witchwood Grizzly. That probably also protects my Spirit Singer Umbra. He can always have like a Hellfire or something to deal with it, but he could have done that last turn. If he taps again, I could just double swipe his face and then set up for an Ultimate Infestation face lethal. I should have played the Wild Growth first. For some reason I wasn't considering that I had the mana. But this is a pretty sick board. Like 2 giant taunts if he tries to Twisting Nether, or, I mean, I guess you'd probably never be able to Godfrey this board. But then like a cube blows up and I get 2 more taunts. It's pretty sick. Alright, that pulls Devilsaur. Do I have any good swipe plays? I can just like double swipe hero power into this guy. Leaves this guy on 4, cube into it, and then these take out Voidwalkers. Or if I pull the Devilsaur, like 7 in here, and then use some combination of these to clear his guys, this can kill a taunt.
No walls can hold me.
I'm not sure if this hit into the Voidwalker ever matters, but my health total's not important. Maybe it sets up for double swipe to actually clear that guy. I don't really see why he would be trading with it here. But yeah, this board is pretty sick. Obviously, just looking at it, I have a shitload of stats. And it's hard for him to kill off my death rattles before playing an AoE. But a Godfrey could definitely be powerful here. I think I'll still have 2 Grizzlies through a Godfrey. But it might be able to set up to kill the Vanguard plus the Devilsaur, but it looks like not. Alright, so I doubt I have lethal through this, but let's check. I mean, there's just no way, right? Because the double swipes don't kill out the Voidwalkers. There's just no way. So I could like double swipe, hero power. This guy goes in here, and then these guys all just smack into Voidwalkers. I mean, I guess that just seems like the play. Trade this guy off to pull another Devilsaur, but I think I kind of like having the Death Rattle. Death Rattle seems powerful. Let's say I like bump in here, double Devilsaur into these guys. It seems like double swipe is a good way to actually spend my mana this turn, so I think I kind of like it.
This'll be good.
I think I have 2 dead Grizzlies now, and 0 dead Devilsaurs. But obviously the one on board is pretty easy to kill. Alright, is this going to be a Nether or a Godfrey or something? Nether. Alright, so I get a Devilsaur here. I can try to high roll another Devilsaur, or just Ultimate Infestation his face. Ultimate Infestation his face lets me play at least 1 Arcane Tyrant. And the odds on the Witching Hour just get better if I wait. Don't really have a good way to spend my mana with Witching Hour this turn unless I like Wild Growth. And then I guess I'm like pretty likely to hit Nourish or Oaken Summons or Chillwind Yeti or something. But I think I just like Ultimate Infestation. Not Innervate. I want to play this guy. Alright, so he's down to 7. My board is still pretty big. The problem is if he has, I don't know, just say like Twisting Nether hero power here, then even if I high roll on the Witching Hour, I don't really have a good way to find that other 3 damage. Unless I find the other Witching Hour, which I guess is possible. Well, currently I just have lethal. Hellfire Defile. Alright, so high roll Witching Hour or just Ultimate Infestation top deck. Alright, so double Witching Hour seems like the play here. I think it's 3 Grizzlies versus 2 Devilsaurs. Alright, hit a Devilsaur. So I think I was 40% on each of those to hit a Devilsaur. So 60% to fail, 2 60% to fail is 36% to fail twice. So I was favored almost 2 to 1 to win the game there.
Lunara versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory.
The forest fights back.
Alright, toss all those, try to find Growth and Oaken Summons. Found the Growth, pretty good.
I need more mana.
I can't play Growth on turn 1.
Is someone injured?
Been playing some aggro decks recently, so if I keep a card in my opener, that usually means I can play it on turn 1.
Do you like to play with fire?
Injured Blade Master. It does just die to his Pyromancer. I don't know. Maybe I don't need to play it here. And Oaken summons into the Pyro next turn. And then he'll have to trade the 2 Mucklings and the Northshire Cleric into the Muck Hunter. And then my turn 6 could be like Blade Master Hero Power. The 4 attack is pretty good against Priest. I guess I'll just see if I can pass here. I am kind of leaving myself open to like coin Divine Hymn here. Maybe even coin double Divine Hymn. Well, this seems bad. Okay, just a hero power. Alright. I opted to heal that instead of the Pyro, which I can just hero power. Kind of interesting. Playing around Starfall, I see. Well, I think I'll go for the Blade Master here, since the hero power looks so good. And now the Blade Master is not contested on the board. He could Duskbreaker it, but be my guest. Okay, that's not a good answer. We take those. Nourish also lets me play this, so it's probably the play. 2 mana crystals. I'm on 9 next turn, so I can play the Fester Root or the Charged Devilsaur, whichever seems more appropriate. Alright, so we can heal that out of range of my guy. Does Priest have a good answer for this thing? Just silence it, I guess. I'm gonna play it. See how well it works out. Probably could have justified not killing the Cleric there, actually, because his hand is so full it might even be a liability. Just feels so good to kill a Cleric, but maybe it was wrong. Vulcangeist hits nothing in my deck. Build one of his own Power Word shields. That's a good draw, huh? I think I'm just gonna Devilsaur this guy, though. We can kill off the Cleric as well. Push 4. That 4/6 just had kind of an awkward stat line if I was going for the UI. Sure. Through another Devilsaur. I think I'll probably just UI this turn, though. Still no Witching Hours, unfortunately, but my first Devilsaur didn't die, it got shuffled. So I can just go Devilsaur Hero Power here, leaves me with a 5/3 and a 7/3. Alternatively, I can play like 2 things, like double Muck Hunter, swing in here, or like Chillwind Yeti. Muck Hunter, Chillwind Yeti, Innervate a Hero Power on a Muckling. And then I have, what, a 5/4 and a 4/5 into a 2/1. Pretty decent. But I think I want to get the Devilsaur in play. I feel like it just leaves me with the best board, and it's like the clunkiest card in my hand. Second clunkiest, I suppose. So it's nice to just get him in play. And if he can't deal with it, I can just slam a Faceless on it next turn and kill him.
Let the pain speak to me. Let the pain speak to me.
Okay, I think this is still lethal, right? Double Devilsaur is 14. And then Hero Power plus this guy is the other 6. Alright.